Okay, so today we shall discuss about sources of energy. Okay, sources of energy. Sources of energy. So before going to that, first we shall discuss what is energy. Okay, what is energy? You know that energy is a capacity to do the work. Okay, energy is a capacity. Okay, energy is a capacity to do the work. Okay, so that is called energy. I have studied in the lower classes. Okay, energy. So energy, we can say it is always conserved. Means nobody can create energy and nobody can destroy energy. Energy is always conserved. Okay, energy is conserved. Energy is conserved. What is energy is conserved? So one form of energy can be converted into another form, but nobody can create energy. Okay, nobody can destroy energy. Suppose you are holding a duster here, so it has a potential energy. When you drop it, it converts into kinetic energy. Okay, it converts into kinetic energy. Suppose you make a sound, that converts into sound energy. Like that. So existing energy, forms can be changed, so but nobody can destroy. Okay, so this is the energy. Okay, this is the energy. So that the different type of sources of energies are there. Okay, we are getting energy from different sources. Which are the sources? From solar energy we are getting. Okay, from water energy, from wind energy. Okay, they are all the sources of energy. What is source? Where we get energy, that is the source of energy. Okay, there are the different sources of energy. So energy, it is very essential to our daily life. Okay, whatever the form of energy, it is very essential. Suppose if you want to read, you need light energy, isn't it? You need light energy. Suppose you want to prepare food, you want a mechanical energy or heat energy. So for each and every purpose, we need energy. Energy is very highly needful. Okay, they are very essential. Energy is very essential. So then only, so we can do our routine work. Okay, so this is the one thing you have to remember. Energy is very important one. Okay, and most of the time you might have heard energy crisis. Okay, you have heard about the energy crisis. So what is the crisis? Crisis is the situation in which demand is more than the supply. When the demand is more, supply is less, then such situation is called a crisis. So then one question arises in our mind. Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. Okay, there is no loss of energy. But energy crisis is there. How it is possible? Existing energy is there, but how energy crisis will happen? This is the problem. So that means when we convert source of energy into an essential form, okay, essential form, then only we can utilize it. Suppose you will burn the candle. When candle is burned, chemical energy converts into heat energy, or chemical energy converts into light energy. So when you get heat and light, so after getting heat and light, so whatever the energy you have used converts into atmosphere. It's spread into atmosphere, but you cannot get it back. That means if the source of energy is converted into essential form, okay, required form, that is not a loss. Otherwise, there is a problem for energy crisis. So energy crisis means it's a problem what we are facing. It is a situation in which energy crisis is a situation in which demand is more than the supply. When the demand is more, supply is less, that is energy crisis. Okay. So now today we have to discuss about the characteristics of ideal source of energy. See, energy we are getting from different sources. But all sources of energy are not ideal. I told you, wind energy is a source of energy. Water energy is a source of energy. Okay, coal, fossil source. Okay, so solar, they are all the sources of energy. But today we have to discuss about characteristics of ideal source of energy. Okay, ideal source. What are the characteristics of ideal source? Okay, all the sources are not ideal. Few sources of energy are ideal. What are the? We say on the basis of certain characteristics. So question may be asked in the examination, what are the characteristics of ideal fuel? Okay, so one by one I will tell you. It's a very important one. So source of energy must be economical. Okay, source of energy must be economical. Its cost must be low. Which source has a lower cost? It is a better source. It's a one characteristic I am telling. Economical. Economical means what? Cost must be low. Okay, it's the one you have to remember. Okay, and no smoke or remnants. No smoke or no remnants. So any source do not produce any smoke or ash or charcoal and all. Such fuel is an ideal fuel. It's a characteristic. Okay? One of the characteristics of an ideal fuel. No smoke, no remnants. Okay, so it should not give any smoke. You know LPG, so no smoke. Okay, so like that. So it should not produce any smoke. And the third one, easily available. Okay, easily available. The source of energy must be easily available. You should not struggle to get it. Okay, ಅದು ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದೇ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ನಮಗೆ. ಬರೀ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ತರಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಒಂದು 50 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಹೋಗಿ ತರಂಗಿರಬಾರ್ದು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ನಮಗೆ ಸಿಗಬೇಕು. And portable. What is portable? Portable means it can be carried from one place to another place. LPG cylinder ಇದೆ, ಸಿಲಿಂಡರ್ ತುಂಬಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದರೂ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದಲ್ವಾ. It must be easily available and portable. And high calorific value. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಬರ್ನ್ ಆದಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವಂತ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಹೈ ಕ್ಯಾಲೋರಿಫಿಕ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ. ಓಕೆ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲೋರಿಫಿಕ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿ ಹೈ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅಂಡ್ the next one, easily accessible. So it is very easy to identify. For example, you know that LPG has no smell, so it is very difficult to identify when there is a leakage. Very difficult to identify. So then one chemical is added to that, ethyl mercaptan. When ethyl mercaptan is added, it gets the smell. So it must be easily accessible and easy to store. Okay, we don't need big space to store. So limited place, very easy to store. Okay, so these are the characteristics of ideal fuel. Question may be asked, which source of energy are ideal? So it must be economical, low cost, no smoke and no remnant. It should not leave any smoke, easily available, portable. It can be carried from place to place easily. High calorific value. It has to give more energy when it is burned. And low combustion also we can say. Combustion is low, means to initiate the reaction, low temperature. But after burning, it has to give high energy. And easily accessible and easy to store. Okay, these are the characteristics of ideal source of energy. Okay, this much you remember. And next we shall discuss about classification of energy.